The future Googles, Apples, and Amazons are hiding out there somewhere within the blockchain ecosystem right now. But what will be the next large unicorn startup within this exciting technological revolution? It was clear that something amazing is happening in the data industry, and I knew that the mass adoption of blockchain could only accelerate this process. It seems like an actual once in a lifetime opportunity. And after seeing the insides of a few large tech companies in the past, I knew that blockchain is the future of the internet. So I've degened in, spending hundreds of hours studying over the course of months to find the best projects. From this process, it became clear that Kylin is building the infrastructure that easily makes it one of the best data projects in the entire industry. Hi, I'm Anand. My friends call me Andy for short, and I work for Kylin. While my title is Chief Monetization Officer, my role is to serve the community and the team to help spread the message of Kylin in the most effective ways possible. This video is a quick introduction to help people learn more about my background, experience, vision, and I'll even share a taste of what's to come during this next quarter at Kylin as we move towards parachain auctions. So let's dive right in. Growing up, I was always fascinated by business and technology. Since I was a kid, I loved learning about scientific advancements such as carbon nanotubes and quantum computing. This led me to originally pursue an education in engineering. It was a dream to one day work on the science of the future, and I earned a full ride scholarship to study. Unfortunately, I ended up dropping out. There was a family tragedy, and I had to return home. I had to focus on personal matters. This led me to look for alternative ways to make money. It was a difficult time, and I was a teenager then. So looking for work without experience or any formal education meant that my options were limited. I got to feel a bit of what it was like to, well, I grew up in an environment surrounded by opportunities, and to see what happens when you're no longer a kid and you no longer have colleges and endless job options and all these different things that are available at that time. And this led me to discover entrepreneurship, looking for ways to be able to create something on my own without having necessarily to work my way up working at a mall or a restaurant. And not that there's anything wrong with that, it's just was quite far away from the visions of changing the world that I always had. And that led me to, at one point, wander into a real estate house flipping conference, and that eventually led to a career in finance, mostly raising capital for various real estate projects. There were many lessons learned along the way, and while I never really made any significant wealth, I did receive a wealth of knowledge and wisdom from these years. These experiences served as a foundation for my future foray into big data and eventually being responsible for the success of tens of millions of dollars worth of ad spend. And I'm most excited to go into all the details of how, as a company, we intend to use these experiences to grow our community as large as possible. The video is for those who have been asking for more information about my background, so we can have it all in one place. So here's the SparkNotes version. Over the last 10 years, I've traveled the world as a digital nomad, spent years apprenticing under powerful mentors, and have sold pretty much everything under the sun, from $20,000 business consulting packages to oil and gas investment offers to, well, I'm not proud to say, but millions of dollars of dumb stuff like avocado slicers and cupcake molds and whatever else I happen to be able to find clients to sell for. Needless to say, there was never a dull moment. Now, I'm not going to act like it was all sunshine and rainbows. I've learned from thousands of business people, and I can't even think of one who's never failed in their career. That said, while the same can be said of my own shortcomings, the biggest lesson that I learned over the years is the ability to think in long-term plans as opposed to chasing short-term sprints like a brash young man, like in my younger years. And just like how Kylin is pursuing a 10-year plan in order to become the leading blockchain data infrastructure of the world. Now I'm getting a little bit off track. I've certainly drank so much of the Kylin Kool-Aid. It's quite frankly what I think about most of the time these days. So back to the story. So in 2015, I decided to finally sit down and focus on my one plan. And I decided that I wanted to go for something meaningful, something I could dedicate my life towards. And I decided that the best thing I could do was to create a business that could tap the unlocked potential within people living in emerging market countries. My mission state was simple: bringing the world's greatest ideas to life. You see, there's over 2 billion people in developing nations without consistent access to banking or the internet. And by empowering even just a fraction of these individuals, that could spark a massive transformation. I mean, think about the dot-com boom. In 1995, there was less than 15 million people on the internet. And if we compare that to what's going to happen with the convergence of blockchain, artificial intelligence, cheap smartphone technology, 5G internet, 3D printing, and so many more paradigm shifts of technology, it's not going to be a boom. It's going to be an absolute supernova of innovation. And when you add hundreds of millions of young, talented, ambitious, and passionate people from all over the world who never had access to this type of opportunity and now have the exact same opportunity in terms of capital, in terms of technology, in terms of education, in terms of community, the same as anyone in America or in Western Europe. See, it's important to me because growing up, I could see the power that even just one person given an opportunity can have. My mother is originally from Trinidad. It's a small island nation in the Gulf of Mexico, south of the United States. She made the decision to raise myself and my sister in the USA, so that way we would have a higher chance of success than she did in her island home country. The overwhelm of gratitude and inspiration has led me to happily work tirelessly towards the vision of making a positive impact on the world. And the absolute best way I can think of to make the world a better place is to help people secure their finances by getting access to the same opportunities as others online. And it was through digital marketing that I originally intended to accomplish this vision. At least I could find out how to get into tech. So while I could drone on about the marketing war stories of this 5-6-ish year period of time, I'll give you the short version. Scaled a couple of companies to millions of dollars within a few months. Got to see some fascinating feuds and battles occur between agencies, and that taught me a lot about how the industry works. And I got to watch a couple of corporate failures and just seeing a business slowly collapse from the inside as you watch the leader just doesn't. It was something where I got a chance to learn a ton of what to do to be able to run circles around agencies, as well as the problems that plague most agencies. And I would say the most useful information, though, that I guess you'd call it the industry secrets that I'll be immediately applying to Kylin, is what I like to call mass content syndication, what we call CRO, or conversion rate optimization, and my personal favorite, marketing data pipelines. Now I'm going to dive into each of these one at a time. See, most business people fail because either people aren't able to understand what they do, or it's just too difficult to buy from them as opposed to their competitors. It's typically a matter of messaging and consistency. The entire process is online and almost all of it can be tracked, especially in an industry like blockchain. Well, these challenges are even double because of the highly technical nature of blockchain. Within this challenge is an opportunity for Kylin. See, with so many complicated techie details that even developers can feel overwhelmed when diving into blockchain, we can actually make it to where we provide people everything needed. And this is where the performance advertiser shines. Because my experience was to help companies sell their products. And I would study their industry and their customers and create a sales funnel to convert traffic as profitably as possible. To me, it didn't matter whether it was uh, laser esthetician devices or yoga pants. It was about understanding who's buying, why are they buying, and how can I make them want to buy from us. And all of that, it's just a matter of data. It's just a matter of finding out what's working, what's not working, and doing more of the things that are working. Now, while it's simple in concept, the implementation is a bit more messy. To pull this off, we would need to have someone who, on top of understanding the creative side, is also able to handle the CRO side, which is a matter of setting up and managing these tests so that way they can be iterated on very quickly. The training that I learned from is over 60 hours long of highly technical testing and optimization strategies. Being able to use automation and software to accelerate the rate of testing allowed me to find campaign profitability quickly and then scale. For Kylin, the primary environment will be start refining our website, the Twitter, the Telegram, and then we're also going to begin launching community events to get everybody engaged. Now, as we build things out, this will mean that we'll always be looking that it will always have someone looking over these marketing metrics. I'll be analyzing and dialing these in the background to ensure that we're maximizing every opportunity to grow. And I'm more than welcome. I'm more than happy to look at any feedback you'll have to provide. In fact, I'll be setting up a series of feedback forums so that way the community will always have a voice. Optimization is not just a matter of results, though. It's also a matter of cost. Having been a digital marketing coach and working with dozens of businesses from both client side and agency side, I've gotten to learn a couple of tips and tricks along the way. We'll use this as a competitive advantage, since the majority of tech companies end up having to rely on marketing agencies while usually paying a gnarly premium to try to get quality work done. This isn't a fun process though, because if a person doesn't know marketing, it is real easy to have a lot of fluff in those packages. And the success rate of most agencies is not very high. And unfortunately, price is not the only indication of potential quality. Now, I wouldn't have enough hands or toes to count the number of times I've seen people charge ludicrous amounts of money with little to nothing to show for it. So, as a former industry insider, I'll be helping Kylin cut through the clutter by developing a system that allows us to control most of our marketing in-house. Anything we leave out to external can be easily managed and operated internally at minimal cost. The idea is to focus on our vision, our technology, partners, and most importantly, our community, so that over the course of the next few months, there will be countless opportunities for people to DYOR or do their own research as they search for the best projects to participate in. Over the next few months, I'll be continuing to upgrade our systems into full-blown marketing analytics pipelines that will allow us to twist and turn the dials as needed for maximum rapid expansion. I hope that you've been enjoying a sneak peek at the direction we're going as a company. It's truly an honor to stand with legends such as Sam El-Amin, our CEO, Dylan Dudney, our founder and CSO, and of course with our ambassadors, our team, our community, and of course Bull Sander, the glue that holds everybody else together. None of us would probably be here today to talk about this vision. And now, as we bring everything together, moving towards the parachain auction, where we can finally launch the mainnet with over 50 plus partners already on the books and many, many more in the way. All eyes are now on catapulting ourselves to the top 100 crypto list. I'm looking forward to getting to know everyone in the community better. We're at the beginning of something amazing here. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. And if you found value from this video, then please absolutely demolish that subscribe button and click the notification bell so that way you get instant updates every time we post a new video. Until next time, bye for now, everybody.